Hey guys,
What it do?
okay guys, you know what it is. Time to take a little peekaboo. This is my favorite YouTuber and one of our favorite political YouTube scammers of all time. Tim Pool, truly one of the dumbest, probably the dumbest content ever created by humans, and I'm very close to literal on that. But before we get into this grep, Pool, Prager, these two brilliant minds, Dennis Prager, who's some guy who's been goose-stepping around the media for the last, 30 years? He's on AM radio and all this moronic crap, tricks truckers into believing crap that's totally against their interest, I guess. Before we get into this absolutely moronic video that's filled with historical inaccuracies and misunderstandings of basic crap, I've been getting an ad all the time that's Tim Pool singing.
What a pervert.
You can look this up on YouTube. What this song seems to, and again, if you become overly wealthy from tricking the confused and the elderly online, have a few people to limit what you do. I'm going to make an album about how revolutions shouldn't happen with animations, and I'm going to sing. Have somebody around to say, do you need to do that? I didn't catch this the first time, but what this song seems to be about is revolutions are bad and dumb.
What? That's really weird.
This is an overtly political song, and that's the only possible message. And he's clearly trying to put some kind of a message to us. Bestow us, great one who goes on YouTube with the swords and the mall ninja crap in the background and a guitar. Please put that. How can you get that here quick as possible, bro? So he's trying to give us a genius political message, and that's the only possible message this could be. Revolutions are bad. They're stupid. They're a waste of time, and whoever does the revolution will just turn into a bad guy. And this does go along with Tim Pool's previous crap, which is that the French Revolution...
That actually is a good question, because where are you going to go? Are you going to go west?
Right.
You go in the middle of the woods.
The French Revolution shouldn't have happened. They should have just gone in the middle of the woods. So I guess what this guy, this moron, this idiot who 500,000 people have already watched this video in 3 days, I guess his political view of the world is he's a feudalist. He wants to go back to feudalism. I came up with Tim's band name too, Make Bad Videos on Behalf of the Machine. And I did some little Fiverr-ass album cover art for you too there. Thank you.
Come 2024, Donald Trump says, the first thing I'll do when elected is sign the bill. And then he gets elected. Day one, he signs the bill, sends it out. Boom. Nationwide. No abortions after 12 weeks. The left says, we don't care. We're going to do it anyway. Blue states begin carrying on as if it's not, not an issue. The issue I see there then is it becomes very similar to the issue of slavery. One state saying we deny personhood, everyone else saying we grant personhood.
So this bonehead, this booger lips, is telling his audience, who are all far right-wing lunatics, he's telling them that the pro-lifers are like the Union Army. Basically, they're the anti-slavery side. And abortion is like slavery, in this little comparison that he's doing to the Civil War. Abortion is like slavery, and those people, those pro-lifers, would be doing a civil war in the same way that people who wanted the liberation of slaves were doing. Another way to put this is this is the dumbest person creating content on YouTube.
So the ascendance of the left is the descent of all these freedoms, and that is the root of it. If they allowed us to be heard, we would not be confronting the possibility of civil war. We would change so many minds.
But, PragerU and Ben Shapiro, the Daily Wire. The Daily Wire, who's basically created a boy band out of right-wingers through advertising. It kind of helps when you have billionaires just tossing money at you to advertise on YouTube. But they would be doing even better if it weren't for the Communist Party of America that's holding them down. They also, PragerU is specifically targeting kids. They're doing actual kids shows.
Goes to Samantha. Which value is most important in Ayn Rand's stories? Being likable, being agreeable, or being an independent thinker?
Or being a horrible writer.
Being an independent thinker.
Oh,
That is
okay.
correct.
Sorry.
It is being an
Which I think I looked at that in the Patreon.com. In the Patreon.com. Could you imagine the panic these people had if there was like a socialist or communist organization targeting kids? Patreon.com. Like a far right, basically corporate, Christian fascist organization, lunatic goose stepping crap like PragerU for kids.
Change so many minds, but they make it almost impossible for us to be heard.
Right, except for the millions of dollars in ads. Okay, go ahead.
We ache to have them on our shows.
Ache?
We ache to debate them.
Pervert.
But they won't debate us, and they won't come on our shows, and they won't have us on their shows. I have offered tens of thousands of dollars to any left-wing columnist on the New York Times to debate me anywhere they want. They could choose the moderator. They could choose the audience.
So the Denster's like, the left won't debate us. The left won't debate us, bro. That's how he talks. The left won't debate us, homie. The left won't debate us. And then one of my favorite, a guy who really helped me get my shit together. Okay, my shit was all apart, and he helped me put it back together. A YouTube lunatic goes by the name of Jordan Peterson. He's some kind of a Canadian. I think he's a hockey player or something. I don't know. And he was trending on this, I guess, over the weekend, where he put this clip of this guy Dennis Prager. He put this clip of him saying, "No one will debate us," but he calls them cowards. He calls somebody cowards, and people pointed out that Jordan Peterson backed out of a debate with Richard Wolff.
Make pee-pee. We reached out to Jordan Peterson's people to say, look, Richard Wolff is willing to do this at cost. The answer was, okay, well, yeah, we would debate him, but not for less than $50,000. They said $75,000 to $50,000 is basically like the range that Peterson asks for. We were willing to pay for Jordan Peterson's airfare and hotel, just like we did with Richard Wolff, but we couldn't pay any more than that. We're just a student club. We didn't have the funds.
So blah, 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 there's that. The other part is cowards and mountebanks. A person who deceives others, especially in order to trick them out of their money, a charlatan. Okay, just say charlatan or scammer. Who are you, Don Quixote? Calm down, idiot. Cowards and ballyhoo whiffin' poofs. All of them. What are you talking about? I don't know. I forgot. Cowards and sherbet tippers, every last one of them. Did you say sherbet tippers? No, you did. Mountebanks, what are you talking about?
They believe fake news every single time. I should say the overwhelming majority of them just believe whatever the TV says, even though it's proven wrong over and over again. And then you have the other side, which includes traditional liberals, libertarians, moderates, conservatives.
What?
Those are all right-wing. What I facetiously say, what makes you right-wing is knowing facts. Reality has a conservative bias.
Right. Hell yeah, Tim Pool. You gotta love Tim Pool. He's like, reality has a conservative bias. Reality.
If Donald Trump loses, what do you think he's going to do with the last 2 months or 3 months or whatever
I don't know.
of his presidency?
Dude, let's hear it.
If on November 3rd, Joe Biden wins, they're probably going to start panicking because, well, Donald Trump's on his way out. What's he going to do? Pardon Snowden, pardon Assange, pardon all these nonviolent offenders, issue indictments against certain people, release a bunch of documents, just basically say, you know what, establishment, F you can have it.
Yeah.
Pardon Snowden, pardon Assange.
My favorite example is Tim Pool's prediction. His understanding of reality to make these predictions. He made a prediction during the 2020 election, that Trump was going to pardon Julian Assange and Edward Snowden. So another way to put that is like, Trump's going to pardon the people who were fighting the system, people who exposed the system, which is true. But of course, this was totally wrong. And the people who Trump pardoned, if you remember, are literally all swamp people. Paul Manafort, a bunch of Republican senators, Roger Stone, some other idiots, Steve Bannon, people who literally scammed Tim Pool's audience, basically. I mean, pretty much everything that this goofball says does not match up to reality, but that's one of my favorite ones, because it's like, yeah, right, guys? He's the outsider, and he's going to help these people fight the system. Nope, not even close.
The most hated video I ever made, I know it because I actually look at comments. I'm fascinated by comments.
Oh, cool.
And the most hated, and I have hundreds and hundreds out there, including 50 at PragerU, where we
pro-slavery
have over 500.
Right.
I do 1 out of 10.
Yeah.
The most hated video I ever made was
Robert E. Lee.
I don't remember the exact title, but essentially, if God did not say murder is wrong, is murder wrong?
Wait, what?
And
So this bag of mayonnaise, Dennis Prager, is on about, this is the most hated video, was one about God, murder, some crap. But if you don't remember, like, what was it, like a year ago, these idiots uploaded a pro Robert E. Lee video. Like a pro-Confederacy, pro-slavery video that they ended up taking down. They really stand by their crap. You know, people were like, hey, quick question. I don't know how to ask you guys this, Dennis Prager, but this probably didn't happen, but I was just wondering, did you guys upload a pro-slavery video? And then Dennis Prager's like, oh, yeah, we did. We uploaded a pro-Robert E. Lee, pro-Confederacy video. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Whoa, weird. No, don't do that. That's pretty much every sane person's reaction to these PragerU ads, and Dennis Prager himself is like, what? What is it? What is this now? Oh, God, what is that? Like, almost like a smell, like, almost like, oh, God, what is that? A Prager? What are these people trying to drag humanity back? Ugh, get that out of here. Get that out of the house.
The human instinct is to be taken care of.
Huh?
And people will, most human beings would prefer to be taken care of than to be free.
Right.
That's the way it is, and that is the reason the left wins almost everywhere in the world. How many America Liberty countries are there in the Western Hemisphere?
America Liberty countries. Hell yeah, Dennis. You all right? You had a few drinks before this? What's going on?
Here, outside of the United States. Canada used to be one, not any longer.
Right.
And that's what humans make the deal. I'll give you my freedom, you give me free health care. I'll give you my freedom, you give me free education. Give me free, you can have my freedom.
Hell yeah, Dennis. That's my boy Dennis right there with his little tie on, bro. Hell yeah, his little white grandpa ass hair, bro. Yeah, that's the definition of freedom, is being able to go into like extreme medical debt, which is like the leading cause of bankruptcy. Yeah, that's freedom. Freedom to walk into the hospital, because you broke your penis off or whatever. You broke your leg. You walk into the hospital. They're like, can't pay for this. You don't have enough money. Or they just like look at your insurance. So, there's a loophole in your insurance. They don't pay for it. You don't have enough money. That's freedom. That's what freedom tastes like. True freedom is working a job that you hate because of, I have to keep my insurance.
No!
Love Dennis Prager. Just he's just doing this. Just that. Hey Dennis, what the hell are you talking about, you moron? I'm just kind of saying stuff, I'm like a jazz guy. I just go and whatever comes out, I don't know. True freedom is deciding whether or not to have a child based on how prohibitively expensive it is in the United States. Just the giving birth part, all right? Just this part. That's freedom. I'm proud to be an American where I can't dump out a kid because it's too goddamn expensive. You try to leave the hospital without paying, we'll keep your kid. And then the nurse stands up and takes your kid away because you couldn't cough up the 20 or 40 or whatever grand. Like, I honestly don't know how you be an adult man, like, especially Dennis Prager. Tim Pool has just the mind of a little kid, like maybe a skateboard hit him in the head or something, and the BD didn't cushion it enough. But Dennis Prager's like a full-on adult. You got the white hair, you got the little face and glasses and all this crap. And you're just saying stuff that's completely you're just saying nonsense. You're just openly misleading people the way that like a lying little like fifth grader would.
Well, so the left, they believe in credentialism. And so they'll often say, don't listen to Tim Pool, he's a high school dropout. That means he's dumb. And my attitude is like, my arguments are what proves I'm dumb. Like, if you think my arguments are...
Yes. I agree. It's not that you didn't go to school that makes you dumb. It's that your arguments are what prove you're dumb. Yes. Perfect. Wrap it up. Wrap up the show.
Arun Brown.
Yeah?
C.K. Louis, the comedian.
That's it? Okay. Thank you.
And so they'll often say, don't listen to Tim Pool, he's a high school dropout. That means he's dumb. And my attitude is like, my arguments are what proves I'm dumb.
Look, I didn't go to school, but that's not why I'm dumb. I'm dumb because I make stupid arguments. That's why I'm dumb. Owned. Consider yourself owned, because you are. What are you going to do about it? Probably nothing. I'd like to see you try.
So in the limited time I have on the plane of this universe, I'd like to minimize evil. That's my preoccupation. The left maximizes evil.
Whoa, bro. Whoa. The left maximizes evil. I think you might be able to think of an example of why that might not be true. To give it a shot, Dennis.
And that's why I fight the left every day I can. What they have done, as I said, 99%, except for Hitler, which was let's say 10 I don't know, 10,
big
15 million, 6 million Jews and millions of others.
Pretty bad.
But overwhelming.
Pretty bad. That's pretty bad. There's some couple other examples, but that's good. I mean, good you caught that.
There was a study in the early 2000s that found conservatives were having about 2.01 kids per family, and liberals were having like 1.73.
Sure.
The logic is simple. 20 years later, we see in Pew Research, Gen Z is slightly more conservative than millennial.
Gen Z is slightly more conservative than millennial.
Then Timmy the Pool Man Taylor says, he makes this bizarre claim that Gen Z is more conservative. Gen Z is more conservative than millennials. Pew Research, government should do more to solve problems. 70% Gen Z as opposed to millennials, 64%. So that, I guess that would definitely, according to Prager, Denny Prager, that would indicate less conservative. Increasing racial/ethnic diversity is a good for society. Gen Z slightly more says yes than millennials. But the biggest problemo for this, by far, the biggest, especially for some goofball like Dennis Prager, is that in a bunch of polls, Gen Z has a negative view of the majority have a negative view of capitalism. Majority of them.
And it was a function of the lockdowns. What I called in April 2020, people can see it on the internet, I was universally mocked for it, the greatest mistake in history on a worldwide basis, the lockdowns, which they turned out to be, yet people bought it.
Hell yeah, brother. Dennis Prager making a very bold claim that the lockdowns, which I guess as businesses closed in LA for a while during, the height of the pandemic. So I guess by lockdowns, he means businesses closing during businesses closing in a few big cities. He lives in LA, by the way. Was the biggest mistake in history? I mean, remember, Dennis. Remember, you were talking about history earlier, and you kind of had to. Okay, there was one time where there was a pretty bad guy, and forget like world wars. World War I, World War II, invasion of Iraq. Like, forget all that. What if we just get granted? Okay, those aren't mistakes. Maybe that's calling it a mistake is taking it too lightly. How about like the taking off of the Titanic or something? when the guy who said, "Yeah, it's safe, bro," that guy's mistake. No, it's still that the pastry shop near where I live in LA had to close for a month or two. That's the biggest mistake. Again, this is an adult man. As an adult, what is Dennis Prager in his 60s? And you're still, I'm a 60-year-old and I say things that a baby would say. Yeah. And I do this. Woo! And these guys were talking about the difference between the right and the left, They were talking about that going on, droning on and on about that. And what Dennis Prager says about that was the biggest mistake, doing some measures, which we barely did in the U.S., to try to prevent some death, that's the biggest mistake. I think he actually could mean that. And that shows you the difference between the left and the right, which is the left is looks at economic disaster and looks at human immiseration and problems and all this stuff and says, hey, let's figure out a way to move past this. Let's try to evolve past this. And the right says, no, let's slam the truck into a wall. Let's put our foot on the gas as much as we can and slam into this crap. And then, that's the true difference between the left and the right. So thank you so much, Dennis Prager, America's demented grandpa, for telling us the truth for once in your life, you idiot. This is minutes later, by the way, after old Dennis was kind of making light of COVID crap. This is minutes later.
Smell thing?
I have heard that about the smell thing, and I've heard that if you smell your partner and they don't, it's very subconscious. And sometimes you don't even notice it until after you're not on birth control anymore. Now, I don't exactly have anything that I personally can say about this because I lost my sense of smell to COVID in November. It's been gone since November.
Tell my girl you'll be gone till November.
Wow. It's been gone for a really long time. And I'm getting to the point where I'm worried that when I have my first child, I won't be able to smell them, which is horrifying. But when you bring up the sense of smell with women, it's like...
I picture this girl, she has her first kid and she's like... Nope, not mine. I can't even get a whiff of this little rat. Nope, I did. But poor Lydia, I think her name's Lydia. Poor Lydia can't even smell her little rat of a kid. She'll probably have a nice kid. I'm just kidding. Can't even smell her kid because of this disease and all this crap. But Dennis Prager. Get your ass back to work. That's all that matters.
This is new in America. Yes. I grew up with such a veneration of this country and its institutions. It's actually, in some ways, it's worse for you who are younger than me, and it's worse for me because I see what happened. When I was a kid, Superman was truth, justice, and the American way. Now Superman is no longer an American. Did you know that?
Yeah.
He stood in front of the UN and he announced, I give up my American citizenship.
That son of a bitch.
He is.
Let's put some kryptonite up his ass for that one. That traitor. That fictional character is a traitor. And we need to Julian Assange him. Okay, between me and you guys, we need to Julian Assange that guy. Superman, the guy from movies. Actually, let's just do it to that actor, because he's a real guy. We can't do it to the fictional character because that's imagination. What's that guy's name? Henry Cavill. I mean Dean Cain. Let's get Dean Cain's ass for this. He hasn't been Superman in 2 decades. Get his ass anyway. Well, guys, before I go, I have to say, did you know when you go, it's the perfect ending to the bad day I've gotten used to spending? When you go, all I know is you're my favorite mistake. You're my favorite mistake.
The greatest mistake in history.
It's Monday. Oh, no. No, I refuse. I just refuse Monday. What are they going to do? Throw my ass in prison? Good luck. I'll get Go ahead, throw me in prison. I'll get 3 squares there. And exercise.
I'll get 3 squares there.
Bye-bye. Hey guys, you're only getting a fraction of the weekly shows. If you want a new motherfucking episode every day, subscribe on Patreon for as little as 2 bones. You get the patron-only Tuesday and Thursday shows, the Bookablega show where we look at important books, and the goddamn weekly behind-the-scenes show. And for only 25 bones, you could become a producer and get your name up here. Look at these people. These people make this show possible. If it wasn't for them, nothing. We don't have a show. We got nothing, and it's garbage. And we have to just leave. We have to just basically walk away. And we don't even really know where we're walking. That's the truly troubling part about all this. But please, Become a patron today for as little as 2 bones, or 5 bones is another level, or 10, or you go the full 25 and you get up here. Big special thanks to these people. Love you guys so much.